Good afternoon. Today is still Wednesday, guys. I was not gonna film because I am really exhausted and I have a lot to do, and I feel like sick. I feel like I cannot do it. But it is tea time. I did film earlier, posted it. I went to physical therapy, so I was trying to leave at 8:45. Didn't leave till like 9:05, so that sucks. I got there at like 9:17. I don't even know what time it was, because I was trying to look at my phone with my, even though I had a watch on. I didn't sync my watch. I was trying to look at my phone with the, what you call it, the gloves on. They don't have that little finger thing. So I didn't finish the laundry that I started before I left. Just kind of, I guess it's a task list accountability video. And the moment I pulled into the parking lot, the store did not have the sign, the open sign up, but I did walk to go check my mail at the post office, which I didn't check to see if it was super crowded, but I think it was it Monday? It was super crowded, and I actually had to stand in line. I feel like that was, I think that was last week. Oh, that's strong. We'll put an extra herb in there. And then I walked back, which I like to kind of do full circle. Like you start here, you go to the car, you do whatever you're going to do, get back to the car, walk around, or walk from here to there. I like that circle kind of thing. And then I saw the flag, open sign, so today and tomorrow are going to be napping days for some of the day, because I am not trying to be feeling more sick and overwhelmed than I already am. So it was about 11 something I got back. I have too much going on right now in my schedule that it should all be like completely canceled. Oh my gosh, look at this. I have something in my schedule for tomorrow, and I don't see any. It's called a consult or concert. I'm sorry, not concert, consort. Let's see what it's called. Let's see if I can find an email. I have something in my calendar that says I have a consort tomorrow at 1. Or in my calendar for what? So people are trying to talk to me about January and February. I am overwhelmed, but I gotta get through some lists. But I got a bunch of stuff that I gotta do before year end, before weekend, before day end. I got a bunch of deadlines, and all this work I'm doing for my businesses, I'm getting no money. It's just really hard. Earlier video, I was like, I'm not trying to be working for free. If I had the means to donate time, believe you me, you know me, I would do it. I mean, I'm doing the HIV homelessness. If there was a homeless person that did have insurance, certain types of insurance, I may be able to take it, but in this state, oftentimes I cannot. Let's look at the link let's see if there's a link for tomorrow. Okay, so I have a Greenwood account that I need to put in. Call the car storage. I said tomorrow. So, it was not consort, guys. Oh my gosh. It was cohort. So this is what I mean. I was like, my mind was like, Queen Consort. Like, why would I have a class on consort? I was like, Kamala and King, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Like, William and Harry's dad. I can't remember. I'm like, consort. Like, my mind was just thinking, the Queen of England. Why am I taking a class on that? let's get this together. Alright, here it is. December 7th, that's tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time. This is a peer-to-peer learning collab, creative, effective partnership to support clients. Alright. Should I not fast forward? Should I copy this link or something? Let's see if I can copy it into my calendar. It's not, oh, here we go. So it wasn't letting me. Whew, I feel like I have a fever. I was not trying to get sick. I am seriously not happy about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. One day, so that was today. Oh, didn't even. Oh, I must have missed the alert. Okay, 1 hour before. So, what else do I have for tomorrow? I had to call my provider. I already did that. That was like a repeat. The IV therapy stuff for Oregon, my Oregon medical license. Pay minimum on PayPal credit. Oh shoot. I don't know if I did that yet. Okay. This is that one, the thing I just talked about. I got a credit card. It says statement tomorrow. I thought I paid. Wait, what? I thought I paid that one off. Oh, maybe I did. I didn't pay it off. I only paid the amount to not have a credit, or the last statement balance. Sorry. And then check the GMV for recall. What? Oh, that's not a recall. Oh, there is a recall for one for. There's been recalls for a lot of stuff. Alright, so I'm going to talk business. I have a class. Okay, so I did my Spanish right before 12. And then I was trying to do these silly surveys on here because I'm not been getting paid for my business, and I don't have any Christmas presents for people. Like, so I'm trying to get a gift card so that I can present something to somebody. Isn't that sad, guys? I'm a doctor and people aren't paying me. Insurance isn't paying me. I got a bunch of insurance claims that were either denied or, like, it's not denied. If it's not denied, you don't even know. You gotta go back and, like, resubmit it or track it down. With some of the work that I do that's not just the doctoring part, the stuff you don't learn in med school, the administrative part of it, and it's not even the charts. It's like billing and the reception and the insurance. You don't learn that unless you take extra classes. And they're not even like really classes through the school. They're not like, at least when I went, it wasn't an elective. It was a standalone, potentially probably non-CE class that cost a lot of money. I've learned a lot, but these are like weekend classes. These are not something that you should have some kind of integration in your work or in your studies starting year one. But the thing is, a lot of doctors aren't running a small little clinic by themselves, so I just have to bump it up a notch. But I was in the kitchen having the analogy of this person who is bedridden and they can only get out of bed and place into their chair or their lift chair or to whoever they need to be bathed by another person or persons. And they have on their to-do list, or people say, oh, you need to clean your whole house. And it's like, maybe they can move their hands and arms and maybe they can't. It's like, somebody comes in, why didn't you clean your whole house? Well, I can't move, and my caregiver left, and I'm just sitting here watching TV, with my everything I need right in front of me, And I feel like that sometimes when it's my administrative work, if I could see patients all day, every day for 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, I would do it. It's all the extra office stuff that is making me feel like I'm failing, because on paper I am failing. treatment plans. I love pulling up lab draw list and orders. I love all of that. So it's pretty sad that if you think about most clinics you've been to, there's somebody else working there and in the back and behind the scenes and overseas and remotely at the main office and administration here and boards of directors here and all this stuff. So you see the doctors going back and forth, typing, back and forth, talking, typing, sending all this stuff to the EHR, to the nurses, to referrals and all that, to the pharmacy. And it's done. It's done. Click the button. Submit it. It is done. I can do that. I can do that same day. It's everything else. Like, people are saying, you need a biller, you need a biller, you need a biller. It's like, billing is boom, like that for me. Whenever I need to gather to do the billing, if I'm not doing it same day, by the time I gather, that's the time consuming part. Typing the stuff in the system is like, boom, I'm done. Someone's like, well, if it only takes 2 minutes, then maybe you can hire someone and then you'll free up that 2 minutes every day. And I'm snobby about it because this one association was telling me to quit to just do notary, and I didn't want to do that. But now I'm like, maybe I should, but it's also like me second guessing myself, especially with all the money I put into the notary and loan signing. So I have been on an email list from my regular email address about government contracting mastermind, or federal contracting, they refer to masterminding course. And this course is what I wasn't sure about, if it was offered by the federal government, but I'm finally figuring out that it's I guess some sort of an agency, and this agency, I think I missed last week's. I don't even know. There was Thanksgiving weekend, I think it was 8A. Let's see what that is, guys. It was an 8A certification. So while I look for that, before I look for that, let me talk before I forget. So I've been spending a lot of time on this that I started 3 different times over the course of a year or 2. And it's for Minority Business Enterprise for Maryland, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, and ABCDE, whatever that, or ABCD something concessions. Airport concessions. This stack of papers right here is my financial records to show that I'm poor. And that's easy for me to prove, except I have money in different baskets, and it's driving me crazy. Because I know it adds up to less than this much money. Like one person's paycheck. Like, oh, you got $5 there, $10 there, $6 here, you got this, you got $15 here, $100 here that you can't touch because it's gonna, cost a waiver or fee to come out, all this stupid stuff, right? But I gotta pull all that up. I gotta redo my tax paper and sign for 5 years worth of taxes. And then there's some year-end reports and some other stuff they told me I needed. Why can't I? And it's not even, I realize it's not even the business accounts, it's your personal net worth. So I need, I don't even know if it's net worth. That means, if it's net worth, that means I gotta pull up all my debts too. Unless I had over $1.5 million in the bank, my student loan right there is gonna wipe out any type of 401(3)(b) that I got back in 2000. We should look that up. Let's put that on the list. Let's just write it in pencil. 403(b). I have no idea who's holding that retirement account. It was Vanguard. When did Vanguard become? I don't even remember. My money might be gone because they have a fee, and I haven't accessed my account in a long time. So, ROI, the guy at the end was talking about going to Q&A What is the ROI? What is the return on investment? So many small businesses are very, what is the word you used? I don't know. Let's just say short on time, short on resources. You have this example they did today, which is on YouTube, by the way. Federal contracting. Let's see, I don't want to click on it because I don't want to turn it into a copyright violation. Let's see if I have it written down. Federal contractingadvisors.com, and they have a place on their webpage that you can see this YouTube video for Mastermind. So, having an example today, 3 examples, they're going to do 5, of people with their SAM and their cage codes. I call it SAM cage codes, so don't quote me on this again. I'm not a business person. I have all this. I actually went to get a contract or a grant maybe, and I ended up being denied because I'm only one person, sole proprietor. Even though I have a little bit of contract outwork, I needed to do an individual. So I don't even know if it's a whole separate account. Like, I need to look into this stuff. But anyways, the nationwide level, the federal level, I had these accounts. I set up my clinic. I guess I set myself. I'm so sorry that I haven't looked at this in a while. I have been overwhelmed by the whole process. But the thing is, I spend a lot of money or a lot of time trying to do minority business. This is just state level. The Oregon one wasn't like easy, but it wasn't taking me like 2-3 years to complete. That's like, seems like a paperwork issue to me. I don't even know, guys. Like, but, and I tried sometimes for minority business. I don't think I did airport concessions for Oregon. So I think you did need more paperwork for that. But for Maryland, it didn't let you separate out this, personal income or personal net worth. Let's see what it's called. Yeah, personal net worth. So they had, say, such office supplies. That was like a low number, like 1 million, 3 billion a year, 3 million, 3 billion. They were talking millions and billions of dollars, right, from tens of thousands up. And you saw this NAICS codes, which you get from the U.S. Census. And you look at your business code for your business and what services you offer. And so they were pulling up, going to cage number, pulling that up online, finding these agencies of people in the audience that typed in their page number. It's kind of like a game show, and then they're going to the list. I took notes, but I didn't know what the list is called. I think it's, services, but the little numbers. Maybe it is the NICS. And then he went to, let's see, giving these guys credit, these people credit. I'm sorry, but this where's my computer? So weird. What did he call the other website? I don't know. usspending.gov. So go to usspending.gov with these codes, these services. Do you do office supplies? Do you do counseling? Do you do teaching, financial, do the fiscal year? Again, giving federal contracting advisors credit for this course. They didn't make these websites, as far as I know, but you look at that and then you break it down. And then if it looks like a good business that the government's spending a lot of money, then you go to the SAM.gov and I guess you look for contracting. Because I'm always looking for like grants or different things. I tell you guys, I've been getting contacted by the state of Maryland for something that has to do with maternal health. And I was blowing it off because I don't have time to sit down. But I could be blowing off something major. And I've been doing the same thing in Oregon. I haven't had time to sit down and look at it. And because I know how slow I am at paperwork, I hesitate to even start. the first email I could have got could have been 4 months ago, and I could have till the 10th to submit it, and I could say, oh, let me look at that. Oh, I really qualify, let me do it. But it's like, today's the 6th, the afternoon of the 6th. I should have just started 4 months ago. Then I could do 15 minutes a day, get it done. But, so my mind doesn't think about, I've tried to train myself to think in 15-minute increments. Instead, I just go and do nothing, and then scramble and do something, get exhausted, get mad, become inefficient, and then not sleep at night, and toss and turn and worry at 3 o'clock in the morning, which I don't like. It's getting old. These people are giving advice, or their advisors giving you statements about your company, and I haven't gone to them, but finding out if you qualify, like for the 8A, several people are the same person asked, I have done such and such, I've set up my SAM, do you think I'm ready to do the 8A? And it was almost like somebody said it on there, if you have to ask them, no. So I was like, so that's what I was going to look up. I'm just giving you an example of what today and the past few weeks, and another thing that I get distracted on. Oh yeah, instead of doing like my actual like normal work, I've gotten grants before and it's been a lifesaver. It's hard to be efficient if you don't have a tablet when you're doing house calls or any kind of internet outside of your own office or house. It's hard to do prescription orders if you don't have an electric EHR that does prescriptions. When people are not really taking piece of paper anymore, when they're not letting you call in, you know what I mean? Like they're like, no, we're not going to accept that anymore, you know. And back in the day, they told us unofficially, you hear it through the grapevine, get yourself the best secure prescription pad that you can, fraud resistant, you know. I shouldn't say fraud resistant, I should say low fraud or something, because it's like, so. And I was always shopping for prescription pads that, you know, you have to lock in a safe somewhere. But did I ever buy one? No, because I didn't have the money. I have a list of things that I need. And for a while, I had a business phone that they started trying to charge me $300-something for, and I got a grant from Comcast during COVID, and then I canceled the service because they were trying to charge me a lot. And then they reneged on my whole COVID. Like I said, it wasn't even about COVID. I said, I am stuck in a different part of the country, and I cannot use my office phone because my office is closed. It's like a lot of other small clinics, and they put it on a like kind of a starter plan, you know, took away all the incentives, but maintained the phone numbers for both the fax and the phone. I think I used the fax once. Somebody sent me somebody's chart notes, and by the time I got to the fax machine, my ink was dried up. And thank God it was still plugged in and stuff, because I was able to go get a new ink cartridge. I probably had one in the drawer and be able to go ahead and plug it in and still get the fax. Like, what do you do if your electricity goes out? Does your machine remember? How do you know if you got a fax if you didn't get the fax? Anyway, this is a tangent. That's another business thing, though. If you have phone calls, email, if you didn't get the message, you didn't get the message. If somebody stole your mail, you don't have the mail. No matter how much of a crime that is, you know, if it gets lost or inadvertently thrown away. So they're saying, with this breakdown in these Excel spreadsheets that are, or whatever kind of spreadsheets where you can categorize these different things and put them in different order, what is it on the woman's business? So you're still under small business, woman's business, minority business, disadvantage. I don't even know if they mentioned veterans business, but it's like they said that for the very first one, I think it was like 96% of whatever this contract was open to anybody small business. 96%, the majority of the contracts were available to anybody to apply, and 4% would have been special, like you're over here in this category, and it's not even that anyone else can't apply, it's that, at least the one that I was learning about, I believe for Oregon, was they would give you kind of first dibs on making your bid, and then if it didn't work out, then anyone is open. And what's interesting is he's saying return of investment of your time. For me, spending all this time trying to get this paperwork in, I'm letting things that I qualify for without it, including in the state, just disappear. I don't even know how I got on this listserv, and these people are also talking about not just having keywords, but having this other information so that the government contracts can find you. So is it an algorithm with the AI saying, hey, we're going to go through each profile and we're going to say ding, 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 and then you start getting emails and correspondence, or somebody like saying, hey, we only got 0 applicants, let's, not call, but let's search. And is that why I'm getting emails from a certain individual with the pronoun or with the actual name, first and last name? Is it just AI generated, or is there someone saying, hey, you look like you qualify? And if I were to get funding and get paid and get my stuff in order, then there's that, hey, now I can hire out a team. But for me, and the stuff is competitive, having the team already and having other contracts already, that's going to push you up, because you're going to be capable. You're going to be shown that you're capable. And I think I'm glad that they had a reminder about kind of like not biting off more than you can chew. What are you going to do in your life if you took a contract and say it was for notary? Notaries do this. Say it was for notary. I think they showed one for notary today. Anyway, say it was for notary and you have 10,000 notarizations expected. And maybe it's for 2 years and you're going to travel around. For me, it'd be Maryland. You're going to travel around Maryland to these different places and you're going to get the things that need to be notarized. Like, I don't know what, because I haven't done it like that. And you contract it out. Are you going to get it per notarial act? Are you going to say, here's the stipend plus? Or is it like, hey, you're going to be our person for 2 years, and this is the normal hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or whatever. The normal hours doesn't mean that you need to be available those hours every single week. Because if we have an event here and we have a bunch of prospects or different people that need stuff notarized, then they can call you. And I think I have taken a class where someone did that. They're going to call you and say, you need to be at such and such address in College Park, Maryland, from 9 to 8 that day with a couple lunch breaks. Like okay, and like, will you be available for a notary? You're not always supposed to be able to give it the job to someone else, but what I'm worried is you're thinking, money, like, are you going to be available? What if you're sick? What if your kid's graduation's that day? What if there's a funeral or a wedding that you need to go to that day? And that's like an event for the employees. 3,000 employees are going to show up for job training and they need this stuff. Or a bunch of kids at a high school need, that would be more local level, they need a bunch of slips notarized for, I don't know, step parents, I don't know what. That's kind of too much information, but I've heard about those too for school kids. The orientation week, like high school, the week before school opens, when they go around to different classrooms, get their pictures taken, order their yearbook, sign up for clubs, all those kind of things. You get your coursework and meet your academic advisor and all that stuff. That stuff I don't remember having at my school, but I did it once with one of my kids. Let's see what else for business. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be looking up some. Government credit cards? Let's look that up first. How to accept government credit cards. Alright, guys. Pay is an award of money in digital government service. Pay it gov. I don't understand. 5 best ways to accept payments. Perfect for small businesses. Alright, here we go. The federal government prefers to use GSA Smart Pay solutions to pay merchants. Merchants who already accept Visa, MasterCard, Voyager, and/or Right Express, I haven't heard about that, are already set up to accept GSA Smart Card Pay, or GSA Smart Pay cards. Other payment types accepted by Pay.gov include American Express, Discover, Union, Pay, JBC, personal and business bank accounts. The default for I don't know who's telling me this information. Default limits for government travel charge card are $7,500 for credit, $250 for cash, $250 for retail purchases. And then you need a FICO score above 660. And then there's something on here about government purchase cards. I don't understand. GSA Smart Pay program. Alright, so we're gonna put that on here. So I don't know if this is what they're talking about. It says self-study, GSA Smart Pay government credit card. Acceptance? Payment solution. And that would be smartpay.gsa.gov. So, if you do any kind of loan, SBI loan, anything like that, you're going to want to have an established business bank account for your business, because they're going to ask for, I'm not giving advice. I've had experience where they ask you for the account number and the, what's the other one called? The bank number, what's that called? Routing number. One question they have, and they might have accepted my PDF, or I was writing PDFs and documents. Who is the signer on your account? And we want a bank generated letter that shows who the signers are. Like, good grief. But can't you just look at my bank statement? I don't know. So let's do some topic, business, what is it called? Let's say business, trust, I don't know if it's trust account with something happens to business owner and I don't know about power of attorney, other statements for business. So I have to set this up. I'm a multi-business owner with my main clinic. Doesn't have any other members. It doesn't have any other owners. What do I do if I die right now? If I don't have patients, I don't really even have patients right now. So it's like someone is going to be given. They should already have taken the HIPAA, PHI classes, and know the rules, like pretty much standard operating procedures We will keep these documents secure. We will keep, like, what if they need to access the EHR and I died and you're not allowed to give your password to someone else? So do you sign up your employee or contractor or employee with their own access? Because you need to, depending on the state, you need to save those documents, and then you also need to share them with the patients and with other providers. So I was in the hospital having surgery, and someone needed it within 3 days, or there was a court thing going on. What do you do with those chart notes? I'm gonna go home and look at my business class stuff. I don't remember that. I went to every class. They said your class attendance is optional for the first 3 out of 4. I went to every class. Trust you me. They tried to have one on Easter weekend. A bunch of people are like, "This, I have elderly parents. This is the only time I get to see my parents." Alright, let's change gears. I went to the registrar also, and they totally were so mad. They're like, "This is school. This is a medical school. You do things on holidays. Too bad." It's like, I have 2 little kids, and we're members of this church, or I was a member of this church, and we participated, and we had visitors, and the kids at the Easter egg hunt, and it's not like I had another parent. It's like, here, take the kids for me. I'm going to be at school. Sorry, I missed it. Family holiday that you have. If you're religious, you have, like, what, twice a year? Your Christmas service and your Easter service, and you don't even really always make those if you're traveling. But if you're, like, traveling to see family, then you want to travel to see family, or you want to go to their place of worship. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I don't think you can hear me. Sorry. I need a transcript. I thought this was Robin Hood. Have you seen the Robin Hood commercials? It says it's raining. It's not. It's like sunny out. Have you seen the Robin Hood commercials where they're showing them transforming their room into, like, the people, like, oh, kick back and put their feet up, like, you look like you own the place now, because they're, like, professionally trading online. It's not professional. It's professional if you get paid for it, right? You get paid for it if you pay yourself. Let's go to Robin Hood. So this morning I sent some people some information about 2023 taxes. If you're single and you have the tax deduction, or standard deduction, was it 13,000 something. So if you were doing donations before and they were taking those donations, you're doing student loan, retirement account, certain types of retirement accounts, you put this money in and they take that off your taxes. I don't know if they reduce your income and or if you get a credit, but guys, things have changed, and I don't have the money to be donating money, and I missed a bunch doing online taxes. I missed years of anything I donated. I was expecting to have that reduced off my liability or get the money back, and a lot of the online tax software does not take my deductions, like I said about notary. So let's go back to that. I just closed it out. So according to Robinhood, I have, if I were to sell everything right this second, which, it just went down. $4.04. It just went down to, okay, $3.97. It went down to $3.96. I have $1.05, so I need to probably prove that to the state of Maryland, and they'll do it through the Department of Transportation. I have 2 cents of interest earned in a lifetime. And 96 cents of cash earning interest. I don't know where that is. Crypto is up 66 cents for only Bitcoin. Down Dogecoin, or how you say it, ETH, Ethereum. There's a lot of negative numbers here, guys. This is a nightmare. But hey, the plus $4, that's what I like to see. And I don't believe. Why are these two NA? What happened to these? Oh no, what happened? These two say NA. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's null or zero. What happened to these? These are. What's wrong with this? So, my big question is what happened to WeWork? So let's go to CashApp. I don't think I have WeWork on that one. I'm just, I used to see articles about kids making multiple millions of dollars doing penny stocks. I was like, what's a penny stock? What's a stock? Like, I got $8 in CashApp, and I earned a cent of a dividend. 1 penny. So you wonder why I pick up pennies off the ground, because it's more than I'm earning in my dividends. Yeah. I got $4,985 of gold here. And we're going to look at I'm trying to look at WeWork. Let's see. It's just got nothing. It's got nothing now. I think I lost. I should have sold it last week. I invested $1.86 again. Nothing. I don't think I can sell it anymore. Share price is NA now, so it used to be 30 cents. It's nothing now, so I lost every penny. That's such a shame. Could have got. What would you done if you spent $1.86 and you could have got I probably would have got 3 cents. Would you have sold it for 3 cents, or would you have tried to hold out? So back to the government, federal contracting. Return on investment, putting energy into doing minority business or women business enterprise, spending a lot of energy. I'm not doing any grants. If I were to do grants and win grants or win contracts, I could potentially hire somebody. There's agencies that will help you with different things. You're not necessarily hiring your employee to sit in the office and type up and say, okay, I know about your business. I'm going to type. I want to do grant writing for you. No, that always, for me, is always let's do that. Let's have a board of directors. Let's have a bunch of people. So if you have 96% don't need those special designations, my mind says there's a reason those designations are set up this way. They're set up so that you can get some sort of level playing field for a minute, because there's so many disadvantages of being in those groups. So why is so much of the money just going? Why are billions and billions of dollars going to non-level playing fields where the same type of people win the money, and then there's a little sliver? Is that at least it's not zero? Is that what they're trying to play? Or, without jumping to conclusions, is that little sliver because people like me are so overwhelmed with being a woman and a minority, which I don't like that word, and being disabled and being very poor? You're so overwhelmed that you don't apply for the contract or the grant, and you're now have no applicants. Well, we needed a black or how did they use the word? They had a certain way, they called it set aside. Were there any set-asides, woman business owned? Maybe it was 92% open to all. Disadvantage. So it's like, I'm so disadvantaged that I can't get my application and they need to draw from somebody. They needed a minority woman's health clinic to perform wild child visits. I don't know, like for employees at the daycare, temperature checks. I don't know, genetic testing for a group of immigrants with newborns to do like that physical hands-on lab collection. I can do all that, but I'm only one person. So when I see someone getting 38 million or 500 million for one agency, and then I see some 30,000 or 13,000, like, oh, I should try for those little ones. What if you got that much? Do you think you don't deserve? If you received $1 million in your bank account right now, you know that you're gonna be like making sure you look for some help, and you get a computer that's not duct taped, and you get yourself some better technology safeguards, and get you a vehicle that runs and has door locks that you can unlock and lock. No offense, but you don't want to get stranded driving from contract to contract place. Even for your regular job, you don't want to miss work because your car broke down on the side of the road. People lose jobs, then they get evicted. Then they have no car because their car was left on the road, impounded. They got no house or apartment, and then they have no job because they couldn't get to work. And their bike, unfortunately, got stolen or taken. Maybe they didn't have a bike. Like, I don't really have a bike. There's an old bike somewhere in Portland that may or may not still be there. But it's too big for me. I don't even know how to ride it. Thinking about protecting your assets, protecting your business, making plans, the things that help you become successful to be safer, there's no guarantee, but it takes money to make money, and it takes money to protect yourself, your immediate family, your businesses, your property, your pets. It takes money to do these things. And when you're like me and you're in and out of homelessness and severe poverty, and people look at you like you're lazy, or you could say, oh, you just spent 48 minutes talking. Like, yeah, I'm giving you information. I'm actually getting ready to get back to work, and that was my tea time break. But it is a hustle. It is difficult. I continue to talk about other YouTubers, even if I don't agree with everything they say. I was watching the Panda photographer, and people are criticizing him. Oh, what are you doing at Starbucks? What are you doing at that big table? Oh, you think you know what you're talking about, getting money from sponsorship money from companies that advertise, the phone. This is my review of the phone they sent me, or I bought, and I'm doing it. And that they're complaining to him about, oh, you're telling us and they didn't make enough money, but yet you're doing it for free in these different things. And there was nothing positive. Maybe someone was being genuine, saying, hey, you need to look at what you're saying and maybe, do something a certain way and get yourself a home. I don't know what they were saying, but it wasn't very nice. And this person was getting fuming mad, showing screenshots of transactions of them buying products from the coffee shop to show that they are paying customers. And they're pretty much stranded because of their wagon being broken, and they needed to unload all the heavy stuff to try to fix it. And people are like, why do you keep buying the same one over and over? Why don't you buy a better one? Like, it's just like cheap earphones, earbuds. We kept going to Dollar Tree buying cheap earbuds. They work for, one of them, a Dollar General, only worked for like 2 hours. All I had was $1. What if I went to Walmart and spent $9.99 on these cheap Sonys that also break within a year, but within like 6 months? What if I were to get some Beats? I don't know, never had them. Apple AirPods, I never had them, don't even consider it. Would we all get something better that still breaks? Or you got, how much did I say I had in my bank account here? $1.06 in this one account. I can't even go to Dollar Tree for that anymore. Unless I pick up pennies off the ground. But what I liked, and switching it back around, what I liked is he had his equipment and was showing the equipment. And he had a different video that had a bunch of editing montage, beautiful pictures, beautiful sound, beautiful transitions. And I was like, this guy is good. And I understand when you want to do your passion. You're a person of color, you're dirt poor, your family, your parents, they don't care if you're on the street, in a hostel, not in a hostel, sleeping on a park bench. You can't even sleep on a park bench, you gotta sleep on the ground. Your family doesn't care, your aunts and uncles don't care, your siblings don't care. And you're alone in a huge city with no friends and a couple acquaintances that you think you can trust. But you become an expert because of your education and or your self-taught. And you're discriminated against even if you had a place to shower and do all this stuff every day. You're being discriminated against because you're black and because you have disabilities and because you're very poor, even if you're clean. I know how that feels. There's a lot of barriers. You're stuck like in an Ichido hockey sticks. This is from my perspective. I could be wrong. And you want to do what's passionate because that's what you're good at and that's how you make money. You're not above making $12 an hour or $14 an hour. But you're risking your body and your health and you're not able to do both. And you can try to do this like I did. I tried every kind of low paying job, moderate, high paying job. Did you see me with those? No. You saw me put up a video yesterday, I think $12 an hour. I don't think I put it up archived. $12 an hour, risking my life, literally. Day in and day out, all alone. Covering an entire county as a fake law enforcement officer. And I was an officer, but my coworker said, "You're not a law enforcement officer." And why are we called? I was officer number 11. Like, I was, like, enforcing the law. Like, I did go to training, but I didn't go to any police academy. The other rangers used to go to police academy, like the police officers. That's different. Those people trained us. I got a certificate. I think I put it away. But I can see from the outside looking in how excellent this work is and how difficult it is to be discriminated against with your baggage and your demographic. And for him being told not to be able to go to the parade because you have baggage. Literally a cart full of your equipment and your clothing and your food. And to not have enough money. But to see the person getting money and getting jobs and to see the work, how good the work is. I couldn't even comprehend how to use this equipment and to be able to be acknowledged, but just a little bit. And I feel like that's what keeps those of us who have a profession or career that we're passionate about. You get little crumbs or carrot in front of you and you don't know if you're falling into a trap that you can't get out of, like poverty, not having a trust for my estate, not having generational wealth being passed on because there's no wealth, there's debt. You know how to protect any little bit of property you have when you're in debt. If I died right now, well, my car would be gone, my TV would be gone to my creditors, unfortunately, not to my kids to try to keep a piece of mom's, material items or to sell to pay for my funeral costs. It's pretty sad. And I wish our country didn't just 92-96%, like even the 8% of disadvantaged workers are competing over a very few amount of contracts. And I watched a silly show on TV and they're having this family helping each other. Oh, yeah, I can help with this. Oh, yeah, I understand. Oh, the grandma's talking about. I don't have that. That helps you as a younger person, newer, be steered back like a sailboat. You're off course a bit, or you're kind of in the right kind of guy, and you have some family support who kind of nudges you. Okay, I'm back on course. And I got someone's hand to hold while I go from A to B and trudge through life and work hard. But even though it's fiction, if you don't have support and you have one fall or one sickness where you're unemployable, that's your apartment, that's your car, that's your job. And for me, when I fell, it took weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to even get a provider to take my insurance, which is Medicaid. And last I checked, they didn't even get paid. And I hope they resubmitted and got paid. But they verified my insurance. Why did the insurance deny it? I want to fight it. Can they call me and say, can you write a letter to your insurance? Like, yeah, I would write a letter. You need to pay these people. They did a good job. Stay positive.